The prepared environment is foundational for learning and promoting pediatric healthy development. The child is unique from adults in how they interact with their environment. And Dr. Maria Montessori wrote, "The child is a different relation to his environment from ours. The child absorbs it. The things he sees are not just remembered, they form part of his soul. He incarnates in himself all in the world about him that his eyes see and his ears hear." Due to the unique development of the child, it is important for the guides to create an environment that is suitable for their absorbing minds. There are 6 principles of the prepared environment: freedom and independence, structure and order, beauty, nature and reality, social environment, and intellectual environment. Each of these principles are crucial in a Montessori education as a part of Dr. Maria Montessori's philosophy. Moreover, the environment is the primary teacher for the child, as almost everything in the environment influences the choices the child decides. Therefore, it is paramount that the guides residing in the classroom prepare the environment that prepares the child holistically. Dr. Maria Montessori wrote in her book, The Absorbent Mind, so the first thing his education demands is the provision of an environment in which he can develop the powers given to him by nature. This does not mean just to amuse him and to let him do as he likes. Excuse me. But it does mean that we have to adjust our minds to doing a work of collaboration with nature, to being obedient to one of her laws, the laws which decrees that development comes from environmental experience. So the environment, the guide, and the child together create what is called this Montessori triad. When balanced, this allows for optimal learning. Additionally, the 6 principles of the prepared environment are intentional and are used to design an environment suitable for children and their unique ability to learn. So far what we know is that the prepared environment is simply your child's classroom in which they're going to do all of their learning. So beginning with our first principle of the prepared environment is freedom and independence. Dr. Maria Montessori once said, "The first aim of the prepared environment is, as far as it is possible, to render the growing child independent of the adult." Freedom and independence is important as it allows the child to move around the environment freely without adult intervention. Children do need that space to move around and explore. Allowing the child the freedom to move around the classroom gives them the opportunity to develop independence. This allows them to independently choose their own structured activity or work from the shelf. Once a child has chosen an activity or a work from a shelf, the child may freely work at their own pace. Which is great, which is one of the most beautiful things about Montessori, is that they can kind of go at their own pace. So some children, they may choose a work and they may get through it rather quickly, and that's great. That's totally fine. Some children might sit with that work a little while longer, and that's okay too. That's great. This allows the child or the children to explore their interests and fosters self-reliance without frequent interventions from the guide in the classroom environment. Moving on to our second principle, that is structure and order. This is very important to the environment because it promotes a sense of order and overall predictability for the child. And predictability is very important because that predictability provides a sense of security for the child. It helps to prevent anxiety and helps children adapt and learn effectively. When a child knows what to expect, they are able to be more emotionally stable because they are having predictable routines. And it allows a child to feel a sense of control and helps them feel safe. When a child can trust their environment, it enables the child to feel more confident. Additionally, a predictable environment enhances communication between the child and their surroundings, leading to better and more successful social skills. The third principle of the prepared environment is beauty. Everything in Montessori and in the Montessori classroom should be aesthetically pleasing. This design creates an engaging and harmonious space for children to learn. The process of creating a beautiful environment involves carefully choosing and arranging all materials in the classroom to fit the size of a child. The shelves are carefully organized and they're neatly placed on the shelf in a highly ordered manner. This helps to promote predictability, a sense of calm to the child, and additionally, everything should be at eye level for the child, including all furniture and art decor. This also promotes independence. There should be also adequate, natural light and lots of space for children to move around. Moving on to our fourth principle is nature and reality. This principle aims to create an environment of holistic learning experiences that allow the child to understand the world around them. Therefore, the materials should be generally made from natural resources, such as wood, metal, glass, rather than made from plastic and other synthetic materials. It is important to utilize those real materials because this helps the child to learn respect for the environment and connects the child to the natural world. Exposure to nature can help the child develop a sense of responsibility and appreciation for it. In the book, The Secret of Childhood, Dr. Maria Montessori believed that the outdoor environment is an extension of the indoor classroom. Additionally, Dr. Montessori believed that nature impacts the growth of the child because it helps support social, physical, emotional, and cognitive development. Montessori education emphasizes activities that mimic real circumstances. Our fifth principle is the social environment. This principle aims at cultivating a healthy and social climate for the child through interaction, compassion, and fostering social awareness. The children in the environment are able to interact with others in a classroom designed to nurture multi-age development. The exposure to a multi-age classroom gives the children the opportunity to learn from one another. This environment allows for natural social situations that gives the child the opportunity to practice social skills such as compassion and empathy, and to promote peaceful collaboration. The prepared environment focuses on collaboration, not competition. The sixth and final principle of the prepared environment is the intellectual environment. This principle focuses on providing opportunities for children to develop their intellect. From Dr. Maria Montessori's book, The Absorbent Mind, she wrote, "The environment must be rich in motives which lend interest to activity and invite the child to conduct his own experiences. This means that the environment must have materials that will pique a child's interest and curiosity, that will allow them to become independent and develop a love of learning in a structured physical space. It is important as a guide to observe the child and their interests so that they can anticipate a child's needs." Together, all of these principles make up the prepared environment, and each principle is unique, intentional, and important as the next. And the prepared environment is foundational to Montessori philosophy for a Montessori education. I thank you for joining me for my presentation on the prepared environment, including the 6 principles. Thank you so much.